Some movies don't just flop at the box office, they also leave a lasting impact on the careers of the actors involved. While many stars have bounced back after a failed project, others saw their momentum stall or even come to a halt. Whether it was because the film was poorly made, ahead of its time, or simply misunderstood, these actors found themselves struggling to recover. Let's take a look at 11 actors whose careers were seriously affected by a movie that just didn't land well. You might remember Lori Petty from the beloved sports movie, A League of Their Own, where she played Kit Keller. After that success, she took on the lead in Tank Girl, a bold comic book adaptation. Despite her lively and unique performance, the film's strange tone and uneven storytelling confused audiences. It didn't perform well commercially, and unfortunately, that made studios hesitant to cast her in major roles afterward. Thankfully, she found a second wind on television, most notably in the hit Netflix series Orange is the New Black. Mike Myers, once riding high with his Austin Powers films, took a major misstep with The Love Guru. While his signature humor worked in past projects, it fell flat here. The movie was also criticized for its offensive portrayal of Indian culture and traditions, sparking backlash. As a result, Myers' career never quite regained the same shine. Though he has appeared in various roles since, The Love Guru marked a sharp decline from his earlier stardom. Elizabeth Berkley rose to fame with Saved by the Bell, and later aimed for a more mature role with Showgirls. Unfortunately, instead of being seen as a gritty and bold performance, the film was ridiculed for its awkward tone and over-the-top scenes. Berkley's acting was heavily criticized, and despite her efforts, she couldn't escape the shadow of the film's failure. While she continued to act in smaller projects, the film left a lasting mark on her reputation. Cuba Gooding Jr. once lit up the screen with powerful roles in Jerry Maguire and Men of Honor. However, the family film Snow Dogs signaled a turning point. Although the movie did well with younger audiences, critics were unimpressed. The role was a big departure from his earlier dramatic performances, and it affected the kinds of roles he was offered moving forward. Despite a few strong performances in later years, his career trajectory shifted after Snow Dogs. Alicia Silverstone became a star after her charming performance in Clueless, but her role as Batgirl in Batman and Robin didn't help her rising fame. The film was widely considered a flop, and many fans and critics didn't appreciate her performance. Winning a Razzie Award didn't help matters either. Though she continued to act and even took on stage roles, the momentum she had from Clueless never fully returned. Taylor Lautner gained huge popularity as Jacob in the Twilight franchise. Hoping to carry that success into solo projects, he starred in Abduction. While the film had a few entertaining moments and showcased his athleticism, it didn't impress critics or elevate his career. Unlike some of his Twilight co-stars, Lautner struggled to break into more serious roles and shifted to smaller projects over time. After winning an Academy Award, Halle Berry became one of Hollywood's top stars, but her turn as Catwoman ended up hurting her career. The film was criticized for relying on cliches and lacking a solid story. Though Berry accepted the Razzie Award for Worst Actress with a sense of humor, the damage was done. Despite continued work, her opportunities for lead roles in major films became more limited, especially ones that allowed her to fully showcase her talent. Freddie Prinze Jr. was one of the most recognizable faces of late 90s teen films like She's All That and I Know What You Did Last Summer. His role as Fred in the live-action Scooby-Doo movie was commercially successful, but he later expressed regret about doing it. He felt the part didn't reflect the serious direction he wanted for his career. While he kept working in film, TV, and voice acting, he never quite returned to his earlier leading man status. Kelly Clarkson and Justin Guarini were the first stars of American Idol, and Hollywood quickly rushed them into a movie, From Justin to Kelly. The film was a cheesy spring break romance that flopped both critically and financially. While it didn't affect their music careers, Clarkson especially went on to major success, it definitely marked the end of their acting ambitions. The studio didn't even release a soundtrack, and any hopes for a sequel vanished quickly. Jamie Kennedy had built a reputation for offbeat comedy and had success with the Scream series and his prank show. But his chance at leading a comedy with Son of the Mask turned out to be a disaster. The film lacked the charm of the original The Mask, and without Jim Carrey, it just didn't connect. Critics were harsh, and Kennedy's shot at becoming a top comedy actor faded. Lastly, John Travolta's career took a major hit with Battlefield Earth. Coming off strong performances in Pulp Fiction and Face Off, expectations were high. But Battlefield Earth was a sci-fi mess, critically panned and mocked for its bizarre direction and storytelling. Though Travolta continued to act, his days as a top-tier leading man were largely behind him. These stories show that even the most talented actors can face setbacks from a single bad project. But for many, the story doesn't end there. Some go on to rebuild their careers in new and surprising ways. Some movies don't just flop at the box office, they also leave a lasting impact on the careers of the actors involved. Before you go, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Past Famous, for more deep dives into the hidden lives of celebrities. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update.